Yo, what's going on, guys? Today it's day number 9 of building my own tower defense game, and today we're going to be focusing on adding new types of towers. So, for instance, we got the PPSH gunner. That's going to be one of our Russian, like, SMG type soldiers. He's going to be technically not, a little bit somewhere in the middle on the good side. He is an ally, technically, so he will be a unit. I mean, who knows? We might be able to unlock German units at some point, too, but for right now, we're going to be mainly focusing on just the allies, but anyways, we also have the M1 Garand. I think that's how you say that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but we'll just call it the M1 Rifleman. He is just kind of like the basic, like, everyday World War II American soldier, pretty much what you would be, unless you're, like, promoted, and then, like, maybe you'll become, like, the Thompson gunner or something like that, because that's probably, like, for the higher ranks, but either way, still cool. That's 2 new troops. We're going to go ahead and add those on in. Now, we're definitely going to have to focus on some animations. Now, when my modeler gave these to me, these guys were basically just like T-posing. Well, actually, not T-posing. They're just like straight up and down. So I kind of like moved their arms a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, I think. And then we'll have to make the little idle animation and the other stuff, like the shooting animation. So we'll do that at some point. But for right now, we're going to follow along with Gnome Code's tutorials and, you know, the help of AI, and we'll hopefully be able to set these new towers up and make this UI look a little bit nicer. I know in Gnome Code's video he puts them on the left, but I want to do what most tower defense games do nowadays. That's like a little bit more modern, is just have like the units lined up in the bottom down here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, etc. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump on in this video and wish me luck, guys. This should be probably a tough one, so let's see what happens, see if we can figure it out. All right, guys, so actually my boy Pretzel, he already hooked us up with a bunch of different animations that are already pre-saved, I believe. So I went over to you know, his game or whatever, and I have that one right here actually. But you can see right here in these anims IDs, you know, animation IDs, whatever you want to call it, there's a bunch of pre-made ones. So I'm just gonna hope that he kind of already did that, and if he did, fantastic. It looks like he was working on some over here with like this dude and that dude, so I'm just gonna pray that, you know, he did it. And Bobby, if you're watching this, there's the classic Among Us guy. That might be in the game, it might not be, probably not at the beginning at least, because we want to keep it somewhat funny and real. But that was because we play Among Us on stream. If you guys ever want to play Among Us with us, tune in to one of our streams. It's a lot of fun, and that's like one of the characters in the game. So classic, like, World War II vibes. But anyways, we are working on another unit right now. So these are kind of like the ones we have, like, I guess, pre-made according to his animations here. He put them all in this area. And we even have some factory workers for, like, maybe, like, making extra coins or money in the game, whatever. But anyways, guys, real quick here, we're gonna head back on over to our game. Now, this USA militia guy, he already had a pre-made one with, like, animations and stuff, but I don't like how it's just melee. So what I did was first of all, I added a helmet onto him. So hopefully that's fine. Hopefully that all works. I don't know if it's gonna be welded or not properly yet, but we'll figure that out. It looks like, just, you know, according to, like, looking at him, it looks like it is. But anyways, what I want to do is I added a knife. So instead of, you know, it being called militia, well, we could call it the N3 melee man or something. I don't know, just something fun like that. So let's see what we could do here. We got to get this knife, though, situated properly. So we just got to get it 90 degrees this way. Thank you, game. And then we're going to move it on up just a teeny tiny bit to, you know, make sure it's in his hand, just like that. Maybe go down just a little bit like that. So kind of looks like he's holding it. Yep, that should be good. And now, I believe we have to go to plugins and edit rig. So I've never done this before, guys, unfortunately. But what I will try to do is figure this out. So we don't want to be on that. We want to be on the M3, not the M3 knife, but the M3 knife should actually be inside the militia guy. That's first things first right there. That's an obvious step. But we want to make sure that this is all working properly. Now, once again, I don't really know how to do this, so we got to create maybe joints or something. Maybe you have to click on the humanoid. I really don't know, guys. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do this, so I don't know if it's create welds or create joints. He kind of didn't really go over this in the last video. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I forget, because I think mine was pretty much already squared away. Actually, I think he did go over it with his slingshot, didn't he? I may have to go back and take a look at that video, but let's view, like, the welds, and it's not really saying that there are any, which is kind of an issue here. So let's just like play the game real quick and see what it looks like and see if he like drops the knife on the ground. It looks like he does. So that's obviously not welded to our dude. So we have to figure that out real quick right here, right now. Now selection part, I don't know what the heck that means, but could I delete that selection part? Oh, that might be the I don't actually know. I think that was probably the welding thing or like the rig editor, but oh well, that's fine. All right, so let's figure this out though, seriously, because we don't want to waste all day doing this. Let's see, is it rig builder? No, it's definitely not rig builder, but what we could do here is we could just we could delete this thumbnail camera. I don't care about that, honestly, but I could simply probably ungroup this. So ungroup, where the heck is the group thing? Ungroup. Okay, cool. And now in the humanoid root part, we're probably going to be making some welds. Actually, how did I do the tank? That's a good question, because the tank is what I did that actually ended up working properly for us. So if I could just copy the tank and paste it in our world here real quick, we should be able to find out everything that we got going on. So let's bring him on over here, just drag him up a little bit, but let's just take a look at the tank here, because I did this correctly. So we just had a bunch of mesh parts and then the humanoid root part in here, and that's where I did my weld constraints. So that is what we're gonna have to do. So weld, let me just take a look though real quick at the weld constraints. So part 0 is always the humanoid root part. So let's go into our militia guy now, and let's go find that knife pieces. So in the humanoid root part, we're gonna go like this, and we'll add weld constraint just like that. Part 0, like I said, is the humanoid root part, and part 1 will be the wood, and then we'll add another weld constraint just like that. Part 0 being the HRP for short, and the metal here. So now you guys can see it's straight up just welded to my humanoid root part. So let's just see what that looks like, see if that all works well for us. If it does, great. If it doesn't, well, we're cooked. Oh, look at that. We got it, boys. Check that out. That's what we like to see right there, my friends. Heck yeah. All right, so we got that now. Now we got to actually animate them, so that's cool and all, but the animation's the important part now. So I guess let's just get rid of this rig editor. I don't even need that. If I could just do that on my own, forget that. However, let's just, I guess we got to make sure. Oh no, I just kind of thought about this. Maybe I should have welded it to like his hand right there, because if I twist the arm, I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out right here, right now. So let's go into the militia guy. Leave it unanchored because we actually don't want it anchored, but this is gonna be the moment of truth. Let's see if we can figure this out, guys. So basically, for the stab animation, we're just gonna want to do a simple stab, like it's nothing crazy here. So we'll just do, we gotta edit it false, and this would be action. So that's cool. And then at this keyframe, we're just gonna bring it up. Yeah, it's not, see how it's not welded to my hand like that? That's the problem with the rig animation. All right, so not a big deal, I don't think, but we are gonna have to go in there and actually fix that. So it's not the end of the world, guys. It's not the end of the world. However, that is gonna annoy me. So let's just can we, oh no, does it not backspace if you do that? No way. Oh no. Oh, selection part, I could maybe just delete that. Oops. Delete. Come on, just delete it, bro. There we go. I don't think that fixed it though, unfortunately, guys. Yeah, that's not fixing it, guys. What the heck is going on here? Let's see. Let's see. 1 second here. What in the world is we got going on? All right, so he's back to normal, but when I look back at this page, his arm is all screwed up. So that's not good, guys. That's not good at all. And I don't know how to fix that now. Now we're all goofed here, guys. Now we're all goofed. And I don't, oh, wait. Animation save, maybe that. Delete that. Let's say, did that fix it? Cancel. I don't know why his arm is still moved forward like that. That's so strange, guys. That's so strange here. I'm not getting it. Animation editor, so we'll just select it, leave it, and I guess we'll just have to kind of drag it right back to where she was. All right, cool. That's fine. And let's just get out of there so I don't have to look at that right now. You'll lose unsaved progress. Oh man, guys, I'm crashing out here. We're crashing out. This is not going well for us. Uh-oh. All right, well, let's try that one more time. We'll go back in, select that, leave it, and now drag that arm. Oh god, guys, this is a disaster. This is an utter disaster. All right, let's get that right back where she was. There we go. All right, save. Just save it. I don't want to upload it. Just save. All right, can I exit now? No, I can't. Oh, man, guys. This is truly a disaster here, let me tell you. All right, hey, anyways, these weld constraints, we're going to get rid of these, and we're going to try this one more time. But this time, we're going to find that lower right arm, or actually right hand, we'll just call it. Right hand, why not, right? So in here, we'll add those weld constraints, right? So that's that. Part 0 is going to be the right hand, and then part 1 is going to be the wood. And then we're basically going to duplicate that, and then this time, instead of it being wood, we'll do metal. Boom. All right, now, guys, we got the knife. Oh, no, it reset it. Why is it doing that? Yo, this game hates me. You want to know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to say forget him. Delete. Because you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go back over here and drag this other guy right back on in. So that way, we don't have to worry about that goofiness going on there. So let's just go ahead and do this. Actually, we should backspace real quick because we are going to need... Is the backspace, like, just not working right now? Like, yo, do y'all hate me or something here? Like, come on, game. Like, you just not want to work for me? I guess not. Like, clearly, y'all just don't want to work for me today. But you know what? That's okay. Let's go grab the M3 knife that I had there, and then we'll be chilling, guys. So that knife was right here. It was this one. So we'll take that, and boom. And then we're going to go ahead and paste this into here. This guy had the helmet, so we just got to grab that, copy, and then go into this guy, paste into, boom, he's got the helmet now. Now we just got to set this stupid knife up again. First things first, we got to scale it down. Boom, rotate it correctly, which it currently definitely is not right now, but that's fine. Let me, can I, like, reset that? That just don't look right, guys. That don't look right. Edit, pivot, reset. Reset it, guys. Reset it. Oh, no. I'm messing it all up, guys. I'm messing it all up. Help me. All right. Seriously, though, we got to lock in here. Come on now. Let's get this thing facing just like that. Is that good? Yeah, that looks good to me. All right. So we'll go down to the right, and we just got to... I'll just drag it right to his arm like that. How about that, guys? All right. Anyways, we could go like that, actually. That might look a little bit better because it's, like, actually in his hand. Maybe if we do it just like that. Cool. All right, now he's actually holding it, so that honestly looks a little bit better. But remember, we got to go in here, delete the animation folder, and we're going to delete that because I don't know what it is. But what we are going to do is we are going to go into that right hand, which is this right here, and then we're going to add those weld constraints. At first things first, though, I got to get that knife, drag it in here, and then ungroup it, which is that button there. Thumbnail camera, just delete it. And then that right hand, we're going to try this one more time. If this doesn't work, LT crashes out, quits the game, never does it again. All right, just kidding. But let's get this. So right hand, and then part 1 would be that wood. And then we could just, like I said, easily duplicate that. Just change the wood to the metal. And now we should be welded to that hand. So if we go in here now, and we click the US Militia guy, and then we go to plugins, we go to animation guy thingy here, plugin tool. We grab this, leave it, and now pray to the Roblox gods that we did this correctly. We'll just go like 3 seconds there. Actually, this is probably going to be a quick attacking guy. But yes, guys, yes! It works! It works, it works, it works. Oh my god. Thank you, Roblox gods. All right, anyways, then we'll go back down just like that. I just want to try to make it exact as possible so it looks good. But yeah, there we go. We got it. We got it. Now, the only thing though is I actually might want to make it go higher because we saw how it works last time. So let's just real quick delete these both. So we're going to just delete it. We'll go back, same spot. Let's grab the arm. We'll try it one more time. We'll just kind of make it go like up here. I know that might look goofy at first, but just remember what happened last time. It like didn't really show the full animation. Like I had to over exaggerate it, but let's try that right now. Boom. Yeah, there we go. I think that's exactly what we want. Yep. All right, so edit. We got to set looping to false and set this to an action movement. And now in here, See, I don't know what's up with these selection parts. I actually have no idea what that means. But anyways, we're going to add a folder. We're going to call that folder animations. And in the folder, we're going to add those 2 animations, guys. So one for idle and one for attack. So boom, attack. And then now we could, export this or whatever. And, M3 attack. And then attack. Boom. Cool stuff, guys. Let's do it. Got the code. Got the, no, not the code, but you know what I mean. I got the little thing there, the text, the numbers. All right. Anyways, animation ID. Plug that in. Boom. Animation. This one needs to be called idle, if you guys recall. So we'll turn that one to idle. For this, we're going to select a new one. And now we just kind of have to kind of make like a nice simple, I don't know why it didn't reset. There we go. Okay, now it reset. But anyways, now we're just going to make a nice little simple, very, very simple, just like move forward. This arm will move maybe back a little bit. And then a little bit later on, move forward. And then this one will move backwards. And that's about it, guys, because we don't really need to do anything too crazy, right? So then just kind of put them right back to where they were, right there and there. And then let's just play that. We'll see how that looks. Let's see, is that looking good? Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fine to me. I'm not going too crazy with these animations for idling because it doesn't really mean anything, because the whole point of them is to be attacking the enemies in the first place. So that's fine for right now. Set looping node to true and priority to idle. And then now we can go ahead and export this animation too. So M3 idle. No, just call that idle 2. Once again, set that like that. Get the code. Boom. Close. Animation saves. Just straight up delete those. Don't need them. Paste that on in there. And boom, guys. We now got ourselves a militia man that should be completely squared away. The gunner should be squared away. And the M1 Garand guy should be squared away. So, guys, with that being said, I think we are now chilling. Because I know in the video that Gnome's doing, he has 3 guys. So we're also, I guess, here going to have 3 guys as well. So let's grab all 3 of these, which I think are all good now. So that's great. And we're going to drag them down to towers. So that's one place we're going to put them. I don't know if we're supposed to put them up here. I mean, I know we got to have them in replicated storage, but I think I put them in server storage too, just for the heck of it. So we're going to paste into here too. So now we got the M1 Garand Rifleman, M1911 Operator, PPSH Gunner, USA Militia. We're going to just change his name though, I think, to, like I was saying, something, let's see here. M3, or, let's see. US, no. Because he's got an M3. I think that's the name of the weapon, the knife. So, the M3 Knife Fighter. Combat. I like that. That's a good one. M3 Knife Fighter. That is a good name for him. All right, so server storage, just real quick, we're going to go ahead down here and rename him down here too. Boom. That might be, like, a pretty interesting unit because it's going to have, like, high attack speed. So, I don't know. I think it might be pretty neat. But anyways, that's all squared away now, guys. So we're chilling with that. That's cool. We got everything good. Let's just delete this tank. And these 2 selection points, I actually don't know what those mean. So we're just going to delete them and hope that we didn't do anything wrong. But hey, anyways, guys, that's really, really awesome now. So we got that all taken care of. And now we can figure out what is actually supposed to happen here. Let's just make sure the game's still working, because that would be a shame if it wasn't, right? So I know we're going to be changing a lot of this stuff up, but okay, operator guy, he got his animations. They're still working. By the way, in my last video, I was an idiot because at the end I was like, yeah, it's all working now, my new animations, but they weren't actually working. Now this is the true animations. I updated the wrong guy and I put the right one in now. So you can actually see his gun movement is a lot cleaner looking, at least I would say. So you can see like it actually looks like he's shooting the gun instead of just moving it like 2 feet forward. And then the idle animation isn't as wonky, let's put it that way. But yeah, game's looking great. Let's keep grinding. This is gonna be a longer episode, but you know, we're gonna get it done, guys. We're gonna get it done one step at a time. So let's do it. Alrighty, boys, so little update here. We are now working on the official UI. So listen, for the placement UI, he is doing it, which, I mean, when I say he, it's Gnome Code. Remember, I'm following Gnome Code's tutorial here, but he's doing his on the left side. That's a little outdated, a little bit old. Like I said, I'm basing mine more off the new era of tower defense games like TTD, you know, SpongeBob, you know, whatever, all these newer games. They all have theirs on the bottom, and I think that just, 1, looks clean. Two, it's common to people that actually play Roblox nowadays. They're going to be like, why is the UI over here? It's going to be all goofy for them. So let's keep it on the bottom. So we kind of actually just deleted our M1911 operator button. And now we just added a new frame for towers, set up a grid layout. This stuff is a little bit different. So if you're following along his video and you want to do it like I'm doing it, trust me, do it this way, because otherwise it's not going to work out for you. My position and size are right there. Just copy and paste those. I asked ChatGPT, it gave it to me perfectly. And then we got the image buttons down here as well. I also put the relative XX for the size constraint. That just makes it so it's like perfectly square, I think, all the time, no matter what. And then we also just made this in not invisible, but the background transparency set to 1. So other than that, I just, put in 5 here because that's like the normal tower limit. So that's what we got for right now, guys. And, we're going to keep on following along within this, day 9 video of his. So let's get it. All right, boys. So listen, we pretty much have everything squared away, at least as much as we want it. Right now, the way he set up his towers, like, it makes more sense to have his, like, tower thing, like, above it all. But I think we might end up getting rid of this. I'm just going to follow along for now just to do it and, like, have it set up. But I like it in TDD. I actually have it up right now. TTD, I don't even know what I just said. But TTD has it like this. So it shows the amount of enemies, and it shows the amount of good guys you have as well. So I could easily do that, too. You just put a German soldier here, and we could even have, well, I don't know, maybe there's like a generic like Axis flag and like an ally flag. If that's the case, then that's what I'll do. That'll make perfect sense. We'll just do that. But anyways, that's how I want it in his tutorial. Obviously, that's not how he's doing it. First of all, this is how I want my guys lined up on the bottom, just because, like I said, it's familiar, instead of on the side over here. Because on the side over here, this is where we're going to want to have our upgrade menu. So, doing it like the way he is a little bit goofy. I'm not going to do it like that. I mean, I respect it. It's old video, so it's not like up to date with all the new tower defense games. So that's why I'm trying to keep it up to date. For right now, we're probably not gonna have a units index like task manager thing here just yet. Like the thing where you could like upgrade your guys all at once. Like, this is a great feature, don't get me wrong. I will put it in here eventually, just not, we're gonna follow along with that tutorial, and I don't know if he has that in the tutorial. So we'll see. But for right now, the focus is getting these guys being, able to be placed and set up the correct way. So let's figure that out. Right now, though, our goal is actually going to be getting screenshots and images of our people. So he doesn't really show you guys, in my opinion, the best way to do it. But, whatever he shows you, it works. It's just, like I said, maybe just not the best. However, here, I'm going to try to show you guys a little bit maybe of a better way to do this. So this is with the 3D viewer on your PC. And, it might not be the best way. It might be, you guys tell me, but this is how I'm going to do it because it's going to give you guys a really, really good render. So anyways, in here, we just want to, I believe there's a way to turn off shading. I haven't done this in a very, very long time, but I remember there's something in here that will turn shading off, or at least make it a little better. You could also just kind of like mess around the way your guy looks. So just kind of put it like face on, just like that. Perfect. Environment and lighting. It might be in here somewhere. Maybe in the environment. I'm not too sure. Let's see it. No, it's actually not. I don't know. It's somewhere in here, guys. I swear. There was... Oh, wait. Is it an edit? No, tools. It's got to be something with that. Or maybe it's actually just when you go to export the image. It might just... Yeah, okay. It's just in this. Okay, so we're going to turn this up to HD, I guess. Just like that. And we, like I said, transparency, yes. Grid, no. Shadows, no. And PNG, that's what you guys want it as. So now we can go ahead and export this, and we're gonna go ahead. See, this is what we used to do in the past for some of my bike images. But in this case, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna save it as that. But I want to put it in my folder, which is gonna be in my desktop somewhere in here, guys. World War II TD images. So there we go. Save. Those are, that's from the export. So it has a bunch of weird looking stuff there. Don't, just ignore that for right now. But we're going to export him there. And now we have a beautiful image of him, perfectly rendered with transparent background. Also, I'm in the middle of a TDD game right now because I was trying to get those images. So let's make sure we get our guys down and don't lose. Shout out to my boy Ozzy. Yo, make sure you guys go drop a sub on Ozzy's channel. He let us borrow a shiny Quantum, which is crazy. I'll make a video on that later, but I just don't want to lose that game. Anyways, let's get back to this. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're actually going to pull up something that I absolutely love, and that is Canva. If you guys have never used Canva, before, I highly recommend it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. Let me just pull it up for y'all so you can see it properly. There we go. Now that we have this, we're going to go into elements here. And, oh, sorry, not elements. We're going to go to uploads, upload files. And then now we're just going to go ahead and find that World War II TDD folder. Boom. And boom. Now we got our guy just like that, boys. So see that? That is how we're going to be doing that. That's perfect. And now what we're going to do too, we're going to make this old school TTD vibes, guys. So this is the pistol unit. So we'll call this one a green one. We'll just make that a nice, simple green unit, guys. Put them right in the middle. You can see by those purple lines, it's right in the middle. And I suppose we could even add on a nice little outline, maybe, just to give it a nice little look like that. And maybe even make it look a little bit bigger like that. So, boom. I mean, we could even go with something cool, like, let's see if there's any good greens. Nah, not really, guys. I mean, we can make our own, like, palette like that. But I think that's just fine. Keep it simple. Nothing complicated, and it'll make YouTubers have an easier time making thumbnails and stuff if they want to play my game. So, boom, guys, that's our image for the the M1911 operator image, I guess we'll just call it. But that's pretty much what you got to do for, you know, all your guys every single time. It is kind of a pain, but it's just something that has to be done. By the way, I did select the logo just because it's 500 by 500, so perfect square. It's going to help us out later on. So that's what we got. We'll save all those into there, but now, of course, we got to go back into the game. I actually just took him out into this game, just a little side workplace, but I got the M1 Garand Rifleman here. So to do what I did, you clicked Export Selection, and then I'm just going to call him what he is. So M1 Garand. And that's going to take it right to here. As you guys can see, the selection's right there. But we'll just export it. Should be good. Now, once again, we're going to go into that folder. So I have the folder right here. So you're going to see there's just a bunch of weird images here. But the one that's important is your object. You get the object right here. And you open it up. And it's the same thing. So once again, to get that good view, just click on the front. Oh, that's the side. But this, I don't know why it's like that. Shouldn't be like that, but it's honestly fine. Now, this guy's gun is a little bit weird. I don't know why it looks like that. Just something to do with the Roblox textures. That's just kind of is what it is there. I mean, we could just slap on maybe like a custom thing on it or something like that. It's not too big of a deal. If that is the case, though, and you don't like the way that looks, and I'm honestly not really vibing with that, we could do what he did. So what he does is he goes into his game, right? And what it'll do, potentially, there's a few different things you guys could end up doing here. So we could grab this guy, basically like this, and we go into View, Toolbox, Green Screen, just like this. Very simple, nothing crazy about this at all. We don't really want any scripts on it, just something like this would be fine. And that looks terrible. I don't know why they have to... This is a better one, I think, right here. Yeah, there we go. Let me just delete that now. Oh, we're deleting every single wall one at a time now. Classic. But anyways, we'll delete all that stuff so there's no weird, goofy looking shadows. And now we will grab our dude, throw him right down there. Hopefully they'll get the gun in it too and everything. But just like that. So now we can go ahead and delete all this stuff. We don't need it. And we'll just kind of get a nice little screenshot. If you guys want, you know, obviously go into the best quality you could possibly get here just because it'll look better, right? So we could do that and kind of want to get a nice zoom in. And then what I'm going to use is I'm just going to snip it. You guys could take an image however you normally do, but that will work for me. And actually, for this guy right here, the Rifleman, I think that he actually set up a pretty cool image of him. So, you know what? I'll grab this guy. I actually appreciate that he did that because it's going to just give a better look to him. So we'll just go like that, delete him. And now we just got to go ahead. I'm actually going to delete the humanoid in him. Or actually, it might be the head part here. I don't know if it's because, like, if I just, like, maybe unname him or just name him nothing. I don't know if you could do that, unfortunately. Can I just do that? Okay, yeah, there we go. Just put a couple spaces. That works, too. Okay, so now that we have that, we'll just kind of zoom in like this. Perfect. And then I'm going to pull up another tool that I absolutely love, guys. It's called Snip. And we could go ahead and do this. So, yeah, there's a couple things in there that's not perfect. But what we got now is actually pretty close to perfect. So, we're going to save that. And we'll just call that 1M1 because I just have a 1, so it goes right to the top of my folder here because I'm lazy. But now we're gonna go ahead and pull up another insanely good tool that I use all the time, which is called Background Remover, guys. This is the best app on the planet. So we're gonna pull this up here for y'all. Check this out. Upload image. Now we're gonna go into, I believe it is screenshots, 1M1 right there. And boom, he's here. Check this out, boys. Check this out. And boom. Now, it doesn't look exactly perfect. It looks like they missed a little bit of the green. So what we could do is we could try to either, well, one, we could keep it how it is. Or two, I mean, that doesn't look terrible, but it's not how we want it. We could do is we could go back into the game. I actually won that TTD game, by the way. That's kind of funny. Anyways, we could go into the game, which is somewhere here. Let's go take a look around. So I'm trying to have so many things open. We got to close Spotify right now. Anyways, we're going to go back into this. And maybe, just maybe, if I use my, like, bigger monitor, it might be better. But we could also kind of just go like that. And, I mean, that's fine, too, realistically. I'm not too concerned. As long as we get a nice close-up screenshot like that, I think all is going to be well. But like I said, you know, you guys could try a couple different things. You could either do this, or you could go ahead and try your best with, you know, that other tool. Maybe just add in your own gun. Maybe there's just something goofed with the gun for some reason. Maybe it's like a wood texture that's gone wrong or something. I don't necessarily know why it does that sometimes, but as you guys could see here, it's being a little bit weird. So anyways, we're gonna download that preview version. That's fine. It's not the best quality, but it will, you know, definitely do here. But then we got this extra M1, guys. So let's grab this one. It's a little bit more close up, so it should be a little bit higher quality and maybe a little bit less green. So there's still some green on it, but I think that one looks a little bit better. So we'll take that one. Now we're gonna go back to Canva, and we're gonna go ahead and just go open up our menu here, go back to the home page or whatever. And then we're gonna just duplicate this because it'll make our life a little bit easier. So make a copy, go in here, and watch this, guys. So we're just gonna go ahead, drag this on, drag it on in here. It lets me, come on. Oh, it's because I have that menu open. So we drag it on in here. Now, that's gonna be in here now. So in the uploads, and then just go like this. Oh, sometimes it lets you just like, okay, well, it let me do it, but that is just a little bit too big there. So we're just gonna delete that and do it the old-fashioned way here, guys. Not a big deal. But so once again, go in here, shadows, outline, get a little nice outline on him, make him a little bit bigger, just like this. And now, guys, we got our dude. So check that out, my friends. We got him. So is it perfect? No. But is it good? Absolutely. I like it a lot. So bang, we got him. Now I just want to make this guy, he's a rifleman. So, you know, we'll call this guy, you know, the blue rare version, okay? So we'll make it a nice blue like that. Bang, just like that. Just try to get him in the center there as much as I can. So that's about center right there. Okay, cool. That looks good too. So remember, this one is called the M1 Grand Image. So, you know, obviously you guys, if you're following along, do your own thing. But bang, we got it. And we're going to download that now as our logo. So that's another logo done. So that's 2 out of the ones we have. I don't know how many guys we actually have to do. I think we have the knife guy as well and the other guys. So I'm going to quickly go do those, and then I'll meet you guys back in a little bit when I'm done with all that good stuff. So yeah. All right, guys. So, hey, good progress here. We got the stuff working. We actually have some of the UI up on the screen right now. Now, that is not working. That's just me because I put in the asset ID. But when we go ahead and run the game, good news and bad news. This, ignore this for right now. Those two are not going to be there because that's just the templates. But the good news is they load in. The bad news is I still haven't set the property to be like the right character image. Those are still just the templates. So just keep that in mind. But check this out. We have all the different enemies. Now, we got more bad news, though. Or sorry, I mean towers. We got more bad news, though, guys. The asset IDs for the animations that the pretzel guy gave me, sadly, are not working. So as you guys can see here, they're just, you know, looking at the enemy. They are attacking, don't get me wrong, but they're not attacking, if you know what I'm saying. So what does that mean for us? Well, that means that we got to go through the grueling process of going into these guys here and animating them. So with that being said, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it very simple, guys. No reason to make it any more complicated than it needs to be. So let's go in here, open up our plugins, animation editor. It's not the first time we've had to do this. So let's get right to it. So, hey, this is what I'm thinking. So let's start with the idle one. We'll just go set looping to yes and priority to idle. And now let's just go ahead and do the idles. So this one, once again, not going to go crazy. Just going to keep things very simple here. Every couple seconds, you know, maybe we'll just raise it up here, and over here we could just, like I said, do maybe this little backwards, and then at the 8 point, you know, come forward again a little bit like that. This arm here, go back, and again here, maybe go up. This one go back. Oops, sorry, like that though. This one go back, and finally down here you can just kind of even it out back where we kind of started. Oops, I did not mean to do that. That was not the one I meant to do there. Kind of broke poor guy's arm, but there we go. It should be pretty much okay. Well, if it was easier to just do this, I would do it so much better, but it's just like, just not easy, guys. It's just not easy. Just something about it ain't right. But anyways, let's go ahead. This should be looped, like I said. So, you know, he's kind of just, that's his idle animation. He's just chilling. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit of, you know, that, and that's fine. That's all good and all. We could even, you know, I'd say add in like the head tilt. We could try it, guys. It normally doesn't go so well, but we could try it just for the heck of it. Go like that. Maybe here. Look back up. And just see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. We could do that. We could work with that, guys. We could work with that. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just export it, and we'll just call that PPSH idle and idle. And once again, we just gotta paste that real quick and get the code there. So got the code, idle code here. Just gonna go ahead, plug that in, boom and boom. So now we're gonna go back up to this, create a new one. Yes, that's all our progress gonna be lost. That's fine. You know, is it though? I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead, drag the gun up here, and probably drag this arm up and to the left. Maybe like that. Maybe this arm drag to the right a little bit and up slightly like that. And then now this is the part I'm concerned about. So that's good, but we gotta also make it so that, like, you know, it looks like it's shooting. Now, I'm just not so sure on how we're gonna do that, but let's just go like this real quick, set that to no, the looping, and then set this to action. Let's just see what this looks like real quick. So yeah, that's, you know, that's good. That's us aiming, basically. I would actually kind of prefer to do that, like, quick. So we gotta aim quick. Okay, yeah. So maybe a little too quick there. How about that? Okay, we're aiming in, and then when we get to here, we gotta fire the gun. So what does that mean? Basically, maybe, oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's reset that. Oh no, delete. Delete, didn't mean to do that. All right, so let's grab this arm, and once again, we'll just kind of go like that. And then here, it's going to come back down. And then here, it's going to go up and down and up and down. Let's see how that all looks. Okay, yeah, hold on a second. Your boy might be cooking here, guys. Hold on, I might be cooking. Oh, I don't know what just happened there with that. Yo, what's up with that? We good? I don't know why he looks like that right now, though, low key. Should I save that? Should I be concerned? Let's save that. Let's save that. That looked good. That looked good, actually. So here, let's export that real quick. So PPSH attack, and I'm just gonna call it ats. I don't really care anymore about these descriptions. People get the point. Anyways, close attack here. Get that pasted on. If I can copy it all, paste it on in there. Now, with that being said, let's just quickly run the game and test that out. So I don't know which one the PPSH guy. Oh, I grabbed it first try. So there he is. Failed to load animation asset ID. That is interesting. I don't know why. Don't know why that would have failed. So maybe the other guy did it correct, and maybe I am the dumb guy. Oh. Sorry. Delete. Sorry about that. But this is what happened last video too. I forgot to add him actually into the game. So now let's go ahead and grab the PPSH guy and try this. What? Still not working? Failed to load. Is it because of that guy that's causing the error? I don't think so. He is attacking though, so that's good. But the problem is, he's not doing the animations I just gave him. Come on, man. I just hooked you up with some good animations there, buddy, and now you're gonna disobey me like this? That's just messed up, buddy. That is just messed up. Alright, so maybe here, is there something else in here? Maybe these animation saves. We'll go in there, delete that, and then everything else, I mean, should be fine. We got the attack and idle. Is it the same name? See, animations, attack, and idle. I don't know what the big deal here would necessarily be. Just work, bro. Just work, man. Animations. Did I spell something wrong? Attack, idle. Yeah, no, that's all good. That should be all good, guys. I don't know what his issue is. Failed to load animation with sanitized ID. I don't know what that means necessarily. It says 9811, you know, whatever there. Did I not, like, type in the right one? I don't actually see. Okay, yeah, it might be this guy that's giving us problems here. I don't know why, but I think he might be giving us problems. So let's just remove him from there right now. And let's just try to run the game one more time here real quick. And, okay, yeah, so no errors yet. Let's just put down, oh, not that guy. Let's put down this guy. So that's the knifer. And he's attacking perfectly fine. Now let's try the PPSH guy. Well, what the heck, man? I just did that all, and you're not going to work for me now, buddy? I did that well, too. What the heck? Now I don't have that code anymore because you screwed me all up. All right, well, if that's going to be the case, that's a big problem, guys, because now I lost all that code. So let's see if I could just backtrace here a little bit, and we're going to play that animation. So once again, I will try to export that. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but test PPSH and test. There we go. Save. And I mean, that should work, guys. 1-3. Okay, I got the ID. I mean, did we do that all right, though? Did I have the right action false? I mean, yeah, that's all right, guys. So in here, we got that good. And I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't work the first time, but you never know, man. It's Roblox, right, guys? It is Roblox. So what do you expect from me? All right, so PPSH Gunner. Oh, once again, not going to work regardless because your boy did not go ahead and actually paste in the correct guy again. So hopefully we still have that other animation. Oh, no, and you can't load them. Okay, so that's a problem. Well, the idle one, if I have to make a new one, is not the hardest thing in the world to make, so I'm not entirely worried about that. But let's go ahead, close that up, close these other things here, and we're going to add that PPSH guy right back on in there. Let's start it back up. And please, for me, work. No, you don't want to work. All right, well, he doesn't want to work, guys, so I guess the game's over. We're not going to make the game anymore at this point. What the heck? All right, come on. We got to figure this out. Lucky, I'm going to watch more of the video, see what's going on, and see if I can figure this out. And I'm also going to probably go through this and just kind of see here, fail to load animation ID with whatever this means. I don't know what these animations are because that's not what I'm using, guys. So it's very weird to see that, as in, you know, once again, I am not using those. So let me just stop that real fast here. Once again, guys, I am just straight up not using those animations. So I don't know why, unless like that has something to do with the animator. Like, I don't know why that's doing that, because once again, we are personally not doing anything different than we've done this whole entire time, unless it's because I got this from Pretzel and he just did it wrong. But I don't know. It seems like his animations are not working within my game for whatever reason that is. I have no idea. But we are going to figure it out surely one way or another. We always do. We always will. So let me maybe ask ChatGPT here what's wrong, and then we'll go from there, guys. Okay, guys, so no big deal. My friend, I guess, because he's not part of the group, you can't use his animations, so that's fine. That's what ChatGPT said, at least. So we figured it out. The PPSH guy was working. I'll show you that in a minute, but let's square away this M1 Garand Rifleman dude, and then all problems shall be solved. So we'll just go like that, leave it, boom, easy. We're just going to do this nice and simple, guys. So remember, step 1 is going to be to aim the gun, and I should honestly kind of like move the head. Yeah, I like that. Move the head like that a little bit, and then, oh God, no. Oh God, help me. Come on, stop it. Oh no, it's breaking. It's breaking, guys. It's breaking all. All right, hold on, hold on. Let's try that again. So we'll grab this. We're gonna drag it up. So boom, the head. No. Hey, this thing's stupid. Yo, look this way, buddy. Forward. No, forward. Thank you. All right, tilt his head a little bit. This arm here should come. No, why does it do that, guys? It's so stupid. Should come up and then over there, and maybe down a little teeny tiny bit. And then this arm needs to just go like that, little teeny tiny bit. Perfect. At least as good as I'm gonna get it. That's fine with me. Now for the shooting, we are just gonna go ahead and boom. Actually go way high with it, because it's going to be more of a one shot. I mean, there's like, what, 7 shots in this thing? So go like that, bring it back down, go like that again. I wish we could have like the thing pop out and make the cool noise that the M1 does. That would be sick, but I don't know how to do any of that, guys. Unfortunately, I wish I did, but that would be so cool. I don't know how to do that though, sadly. So there we go, guys. All right, that's cool for now. Let's set that as action, export, and test. M1 test. Set it to my studio. Boom. Get that code, and that was what the attack one, right? So go into this ID again and paste in the good one now. And then now we're just gonna create a new one real quick. Idle one. So, you know, guys, like I said, I'm not really trying to go crazy with the idle animations here. We're just doing what needs to be done. All right, that's all we're doing, guys. We're just doing what needs to be done. So hopefully that will be good. And then, you know, at these other keyframe spots, we'll just do slight, you know, same thing we were doing before. Just a little bit of arm motion is all we're really gonna need here. And then at the end, we'll just kind of square that away, but not yet. Let's just do like one more rotation, and then at here we'll bring it straight down, up and down, and then on this side we will also bring it straight up and down. Now let's give that a play. Let's see. Oops, there we go. Let's try that again. Is it not looping? Hello, you should be looping there, sir. There you go. And idle. All right, let's try that. Okay. Yeah, that's so much better than like when I started doing this, guys. Honestly, that's so much better than when we started. So return to editor. We're going to save that, export it real quick, and test M1 idle. Oops, I can't spell. Idle. And let's get that code real quick, guys. There we go. Cool stuff. So idle, bang, done. Let's go in here and test this game out again, guys. So we're just going to close all that good stuff, delete these saves, don't need them, and copy into towers, paste into. I think one of the issues before, too, is I had server storage and replicated storage, and I might have been doing it in the wrong one, so that could be the problem. But we're good now, so let's just, once again, try this out. Hopefully it works. So we got the PPS H gunner here, as you guys can see. Check that out, guys. Look at that. Now, once again, he's not attacking like as quick as I want him to be attacking for a PPS H guy. That's going to be a quick firing gun, so we'll fix that all. None of these guys they're all set to the same thing because we never went in and actually changed any of that. So, bang, guys. Yo, check that out. That's pretty cool. I just not the biggest fan of how the gun's in the ground like that. I don't know how to fix that, though, unfortunately. Other than, I guess we could have had that, you know, animation start with his hand above the ground, because that'll be his idle. I mean, yeah, I guess, guys, we probably should do that, right? We should probably start. Yeah, unfortunately. All right, hold on. Let's go into this again real quick here. And actually, I'm gonna make a new one. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Not a big deal. All right, so let's just go up and maybe just kind of drag the gun over here, and then, you know, have the gun like that every 2 seconds. You know, kind of just you know, maybe move it up, move it down, whatever. Go back. again, let's just grab this one, go down, bring this one up. Nothing crazy, guys. Nothing crazy here. Let's just see how that's looking so far. Okay, so once again, we gotta have that on looping. So yes. And oh, I should probably put it on how does that look? Okay, that's just better just because once again his head's well, his head's not moving, but we can get the head moving. All right, so let's get the head just looking a little bit around so we could get a little bit more action out of it. Just a little bit, nothing crazy, a little bit like that. And then we'll bring it back to the center, which is about literally right there, I think. So idle, this on core, we gotta have it on idle. So let's try that again. And bang, guys. Yep, that's a little bit better just because, once again, his gun's not in the ground. I think that's going to make it look a little teeny tiny bit better. Unless the gun ends up being in the ground because it's like he's kind of floating above the ground right there. But hey, anyways, let's just try that. We'll see if that works. That should be a little bit better. And we're going to be good, okay? So idle. These names are driving me crazy. I wish I could just get the code and go. But it is what it is. All right. Here we go, M1, idle. We're going to change that really fast there. Boom. And once again, I got to copy and paste this dude into the correct folders again. But that's the life of doing this. So let's go ahead, paste into, and then we're going to start this up. Please, everyone, cross your fingers. Pray for me. Knife guy, M1 guy. Bang, 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 bang. There we go. Cool. Can't wait to add the gunshot noises, too. That's going to be really cool. But don't worry about the characters being the wrong colors right now too. We're gonna get that all fixed up, but for right now, just take my word on it. All right, take my word on it. We're gonna be all right. So yeah, look at that, his idle animation. He's holding the gun up a little bit. There we go, guys. We got that all figured out now. So that's sick. That's so sick. All right, yo, we're doing it, guys. We are literally doing it. This is crazy. I can't believe how much progress we are making right now. This is just amazing. Oh, we lost our base though. The base was destroyed, but guys, this is amazing. Let's figure out how to get the correct colors because this is what it should look like depending on what dude you want to place down. You know, it should look like something like that. And obviously right now, it don't look like that. So let's figure that out and we'll go from there. All right. And I'm also going to move this alignment to the top because there's no bottom there for some reason. So let's fix a couple of those things real quick. So number one, we could delete this guy. We don't need him there anymore. Get rid of that. We don't need that on my screen no more. Cool. Let's close everything else so we don't have to look at that. And we're going to go to starter GUI, towers, and you see that little space down there at the bottom? That's something to do with the grid laid out. So we're going to go top. And then now let's replay the game real quick. And it still doesn't show that there's any space down there at the bottom. I don't know why. That's a little frustrating, but who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Maybe that's just something to do with this little menu right here, which if I go bring this to point maybe 1.6. I don't know if that did anything, guys. Maybe if I go to 0.2. No, that's not doing anything. I don't know. Like what happens if I go 0.5? Oh, that's just size. Maybe position is the important thing. So it was 0.15 there. Position, 0.85. So maybe if I do 0.75. No. 80. Let's try 80 real quick, guys. 80 is much better. Maybe 8.25 is perfect. 8.25 might be the money spot, guys. So let's try that in game real quick. Bang, there we go. Yo, I love it. I love it, guys. That's progress right there. That's what we call progress. So that's all good now. We got that all squared away. Let's see what's next in the video. Okay, guys, so the last couple minutes here, I was in my towers folder messing around with this, and I was actually setting up some config numbers here for cooldown, damage, and range. And then we also set the image decal or whatever you want to call it to whatever the image is actually supposed to be. So with that being said, we got all those squared away. That's what we're going to have to do for every single tower, which is probably insane as you get like farther in the game. There's going to be so much stuff in these tower folders and mob folders. It's going to be kind of crazy, but also kind of fun looking back and how you start so small and then the game's going to be massive at one point. It's going to be pretty neat. But either way, pretty cool start so far. I cannot lie. And, you know, yeah, we're making good progress today. We're not done yet, but there's a couple minutes left in this video that we're watching from Gnome. It was only a 25-minute video. This one's taking forever because there was so much to do with just like individual towers and the stuff that he didn't really show. But boys, we're getting it done. We're just going to go ahead and access all these values now. So let's figure out how to do that. Alrighty, boys. So we made lots of progress here in the last couple minutes. So we actually pretty much have everything working as intended now. I don't know if I showed you, but I got that, basically, the stuff moved off the bottom there, so it looks a little bit nicer, in my opinion, now. But when we join the game, check this out, boys. Now, this is the units that we got equipped. Well, they're not technically equipped yet, but these are the ones that are in the game, the towers right now. So we got that PPSH gunner guy. We'll throw him down. He's shooting the gun. And now, once again, guys, some of these enemies are not really tweaked yet in order of, like, what do I mean by that? I essentially mean, like, the values of them. So just keep that in mind, guys. They are not incredibly, like, you know, balanced quite yet. So just know that, you know, we'll figure all that out as we go. But they are all working with animations on right now, guys. So that's sick. I mean, we lost. Our base is destroyed, but still, we are working, boys. We are getting this done. Progress is being made. Now, for those of you that are wondering, like, what some of the changes I made, basically, we had it hard-coded in here. Now I just changed everything to look into the config folder and then just check for the cooldown value or, you know, whatever else we were essentially looking for. So with that being said, that is absolutely amazing, and we got every single unit doing their own thing now. We did do this little bit of a move right here with this, we added a task.wait config thing here, so just if you guys are following along, do that. And then I changed my task wait to like a lot lower, but other than that, nothing else has really changed in the game controller. We just added a few new things with the config folder too, but yeah, guys, I mean, you know, we're making really, really good progress. I don't know why this is blue squiggled. It's working, but it's blue squiggled. It's been blue squiggled the whole entire time. So very strange, but last thing we're going to be doing, I think, in today's episode is adding a tower limit. So let's figure that out, my friends, and we shall go from there. What do you say? What do you say? I think we could do that today. We got time for it. All right, guys, so now we're making some final touch-ups here. So I don't know if you guys could tell what I did differently, but take a look at this down here. Tell me when I'm telling lies, but I think that's looking pretty good. We got number of access on the map, so we'll have to figure out how to code that on into the game. Obviously, it's not working right now. And then we're going to be working on placement limits for the allies. So right now it's going to be 0 out of 15, just like TTD and on most of the other games. And we're going to get these both working here, hopefully within a moment or two. But as you guys can see, we have a problem here. We got to get rid of the old towers thing. We got to kind of round this one off as well, just to make it look a little bit nicer. So let's stop this right now. We're going to go ahead. We're actually going to open up our GUI thingy again. So I made a new little like frame for this. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but the reason I put it right there and I kind of got the correct position, at least I think I do, is because of the just straight up the way I did it there. So we just kind of added it in the right spot. So anyways, let's set our background transparency to 1. Hopefully that gets rid of all that. Looks like it actually has not. So let's see. Do I have to set that to 1 too? Or what? Oh, yeah. So, okay, I got to set all these things to background transparency of 1. Not a big deal. Go ahead, do that real quick here. Simple enough. So, boom, boom, boom. So now there's not going to be a background there. So the reason that you still see 1 is because in here, we got all these different things going on. So what we could actually do, very, very easy. We're just going to go ahead, I think, make this invisible. And delete, and make that invisible. So let's try this out now, see what it looks like. Bang! Look at that, guys. Yo, that, my friends, right there is looking pretty darn good. Now, I could read that. Hopefully everyone else is going to be able to read that. Obviously, it's a little small, especially because on my screen, I'm playing it like this, like 720, you know, whatever. But it's not the best. But I could read that from like where I'm sitting, and I'm pretty far away. So that's cool. Now, obviously, though, the text is not pretty. So let's go on in there. We're going to edit the text really quickly. So very simple. Border color, not that. Background color, nope. So border color, yes, that's the right color. But the actual text color is going to be white, just like that. And then we could have, is this what I need to do? Text transparency. Let's see. I don't know. Is that going to be 0? Yes. There we go. All right, cool. All right. So boom. And that's got to be 0. And then remember, the colors just got to be white. So bang, guys. Bang. We got it. All right, cool. Now that's all good. we just have to actually get it working and code it into the game. So let's figure that out now. All right, guys, so we're coming up on like the 1 hour mark of the video. I've been sitting in my chair doing this same episode for like, I don't know, 4 hours at this point. It's been a long time, guys. So if you made it to the end of this video, there's probably not gonna be many of y'all, but if you did, legend. When this game blows up in the future and y'all come back looking at how we made this thing, legendary too, all right? But the final thing that we got to do here is set this up so, like I said, that these actually update, and I just did, and it works. I tested it. So let me show y'all what I did here. So in my game controller, I added in this line of code right here. So in his video, gnome code, he has his a little bit different because his is set up differently. I have different UI now in my game UI here, so I was kind of experimenting with this. Took me a couple minutes to figure it out, but so you go GUI, and then you're gonna look in your frame that is the unit counter. So that's why I have unit counter there. And his, it'll say towers, but mine's unit counter. So that's that. But then in there, you gotta look into allies remaining, which isn't really true. That's not really the correct name. I don't know what to name that, so I just named it that. But allies remaining, and I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. And then it'll be the text. So then we do place towers, which will be, you know, how many you placed divided by. That's not actually dividing anything. It's just showing you guys, you know, what the max is. But, you know, it's just out of, I guess, basically call it. And then the max towers, which will be 15 because we set 15 up here at max towers. That's our variable. So that's cool. And then we also just added it down here. Now, I'm not 100% sure why we added it down here, but we did add it down here too. So I guess, probably because it, you know, it'll actually update. That's starting at 0 right there. And then it's going to update when we get that +1 going. So every time we actually place a tower, it'll be +1. So with that being said, I'll show you guys that we got it working and running. The only other thing that I would like to get working and running is how many enemies are on the track at a time. So we could probably go ahead and get that set up. I'm not sure, you know, exactly how we would do that, but I don't think it would necessarily be impossible. I mean, I could probably use ChatGPT and maybe figure it out right now, but for now, I'm just going to leave it how it is. I could actually even put a question mark there for right now, just so that way we could, you know to come back in the future here. So access remaining, instead of it saying 1, we could just do ... There it is right there, question mark, bang. And now when we play it, it'll just say question mark instead of actually what it is. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys that this is working too. So we'll go ahead and put down all of our units here in a bunch of different spots. Now, we obviously don't have like the ranges set up yet or stuff like that, but that's all stuff that's coming in future episodes, guys. So make sure if you're new here, subscribe so you guys don't miss out on those future, you know, videos. It's gonna be fun stuff making this game, guys. I mean, look at this progress. I'm telling you guys, we're making stuff happen here, but we're at 15 out of 15. So I'm clicking. Y'all hear me clicking. Oop, well, I'm not clicking now. Clicking the wrong thing. Oh, I can't stay on it. There we go. Clicking. Nothing's happening. So it's working, guys. I just would like to have like a text pop on the screen, like, you know, max, you know, allies, delete 1 to place another, or something like that. Something simple, whatever TTD does or those other games do. We'll just figure something out like that. But guys, check that out. We're clutching it up here, winning round number 1. So once again, though, these guys, they're not necessarily balanced completely correctly. I will look into better balancing, and we're going to set target, you know, first, last, targeting modes, whatever you call it. So there's so much to do, guys. Man, it's coming along. What an absolutely fantastic episode this has been. Truly, though. Truly, this has been a good one. This has been a grind today, though. It's been a long day. But, man, was the grind worth it? Because look at the game now. I mean, today it makes sense why it took so long, because it was a lot less of copying and pasting, like, you know, his code, but actually more so understanding how to actually make UI. And this is stuff I do pretty much every day as a YouTuber. I know how to make these thumbnails. I've done this. I know how to make like pictures like this. You know, we could probably even make the background look cooler with like little fading in of it and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna keep it simple. Actually, this gray one here, it has a little faded to it. So, but the other ones are just simple. That's it'll be good for my value website when I make it for this game. So that way you guys get the values updated and stuff like that. But man, guys, share this with a friend if you think they'll be excited for a World War tower defense game. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I just can't believe, like, I mean, realistically, we pretty much have a functioning game at this point, other than, like, having a lobby and, like, things to do. But, like, dang, guys, this is crazy. I wonder when we're going to be, like, setting up, like, a game over screen or, like, a win screen, like, Then like leaderboard stats is gonna be fun too, setting up wins, coins, gems, all that good stuff. Oh man, guys, I'm getting excited for this. So hopefully you are too. I'll see you in the next episode. Like I said, double check, triple check, make sure you're subbed. We're on the road to 600K, and join my group on this game, Crazy Club Studios, so that way you don't miss it when it comes out. I mean, we're making big progress every single day, guys. So day 9 is a success. I'll see you on day number 10. Adios.